Hey everyone, and welcome back to some more esports talk. We've got a situation actually in the Minecraft scene, which may or may not come as a surprise to a lot of people, where we have a content creator, a streamer, who has now been accused of multiple different situations where he was grooming underage girls and exchanging nudes with those same girls. The streamer's name is Demetrius, also known as Jikishi, and I'll be honest, we have quite a lot of different screenshots to go through, so we're just gonna get into them. I'm not gonna read too much into a lot of stuff because I will link you the stuff down below where you can go read all of it yourself. First up, we had Valky, who came forward with some information where she says she met Demetrius back in 2016 when she was 13 years old. After a certain amount of time, the conversation turned from something that was platonic to being more sexual conversations, where in 2018 when she was 14 and he was 18 or 19, where he mentions wanting to have a meetup as well as other sexual references. This goes on throughout when she was 14, 15 years old, where he would ask for nudes as well as send his own when she again was 14 or 15 years old and he was 19/20 years old. We'll just look at 4 of her screenshots. She included quite a lot of them if you go and click on those links, where a lot of them just have these weird comments that he'll continuously make throughout their conversations. Like when she says that she's gonna off herself, he says, "Yeah, you haven't even sent nudes yet, you can't die." "Nah dude, I'm just trying to smash. I wonder how much it would be to visit." Then when she brings up the boyfriend that he doesn't like, of course, he says, "I thought we were smashing though, SMH, no time to meet him. That's obviously the only reason I'm coming, didn't you know?" Then when asked what's something you're afraid to tell me, he says that I wouldn't say no to another nude or stuff of that sort. And finally, when you can see that he is about to be 20 years old, he says, "I also just need to work on being less horny by the time I visit." And again, like I said, only one story would be enough, but of course there are multiple accounts of this, as we have yet another girl who came forward named Jaden with her own story. She says she met him when she was 13 and he was 17 years old, and they met through mutual friends in the Minecraft community. At the end of that year, they started dating as well, and then again in 2018 they got close in a relationship that ended up turning sexual. He constantly asked for sexual favors, including nudes and videos, and they exchanged pictures multiple times. He asked for pictures every day and saved the pictures I had sent to him on a folder on his computer. At this time I was 14 and he was 19. He was streaming on Twitch during this time and I supported him through everything. Then much later, when she had communicated that she didn't want anything to do with any of this when she was around 16 and he was 20, I gave him one last chance to stop before I cut him off completely. That didn't last long and he sent me some nudes even though I told him I didn't want any, and it made me uncomfortable." Again, a few screenshots. We see one from Snapchat of him actually saying, "Well, for one, you're actually really cute and I'll keep it real and haven't had a good nut in a while." Then we also see the screenshot on Snapchat where she's saying that he's only gonna hurt himself by sending a picture that she's not interested in, and an even older screenshot where he talks about her being thick and making sexual references to her, and then even mentions that she's only 15 years old. We've got 2 more stories, with this one coming from Hannah, who shares her experience saying, similarly, when she was 14 or 15, they got very close. He ended up making a lot of inappropriate jokes, and once again the relationship turned sexual. She mentions a story when one evening he got drunk and sent Snapchats of him holding himself through his underwear. Then with the final story, we see someone saying that when she was 14 and he was 20, they ended up meeting and exchanging a lot of pictures, to which specifically in her instance he would make her pick a number, and from that point on it was used as a form of blackmail. If I was doing something he didn't want me to do, or if he wanted me to do something, he would say the number and I would generally end up doing it. The threat was essentially, do what I say or I'll send you the image or video that corresponds with the number. As you can imagine, considering that they were saved privately on Snapchat, almost all were very sexual in nature. Overall, I believe he sent 5 to 10 of them, one of which was a video that was very graphic. And the reason this was catching a lot of traction, and the reason that they actually came forward, is because Jikishi was gaining popularity and ended up on Dream's Minecraft server, and so they came forward to say, hey, we saw someone that we all know has manipulated us and groomed us and been in these sexual relationships when we were underage, and we don't want that same thing to happen to any other girls. We don't want this to happen because now he's getting more popularity, and of course with that popularity normally ends up being more attention and more people that they can take advantage of. And so that is the reason that a lot of these stories came to light. Dream did respond to the situation, saying remove Demetrius from the SMP for gross accusations that he also confirmed privately were accurate. No questions, no toleration. Disgusted and incredibly disappointed. Would never let things like this stop me from trying to uplift members of the community and smaller content creators. It's part of what makes our community great. So stick together, be there for people who need it, and always be safe online. We've seen this situation a lot where we have influencers taking advantage of people in their chat or in their streams or whatever it is, where they have these underage relationships and end up manipulating them to send them pictures and engage in things that just aren't appropriate and aren't okay. Of course, we're going to cover it because we want to have awareness of this. If people know this kind of thing is happening, then maybe it can be avoided in the picture, or in the future, not in the picture, sorry. And maybe someone will end up speaking out about something else that happened to them and feel like they are able to, and that they are safe enough to. So until next time, guys, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you later.